The streets of New York were choked with humanity. A flowing river of souls seeking purpose, pleasure, and sometimes escape. Walking among them, I found a narrow alley that was not on my map. The entry was concealed by the haunting shadows cast by the imposing skyscrapers, but curiosity, that insatiable itch, drew me in. In the middle of the alley saloon, unassuming shop of the words, Shop of Illusions, etched in ornate gold calligraphy above the door. There were no windows to peer into, only a sleek black door that looked as if it was made from shadows themselves. The hairs on my neck rose with some inexplicable compulsion, nudged me inside. The inside was unlike any shop I'd ever seen. The walls pulsed with soft, iridescent hues, and the air carried a sweet, intoxicating aroma. Elegant glass cases displayed items that seemed to defy reality. A never-ending goblet of wine, a book whose characters leaped off the page, and the mirror showing not your reflection but your deepest desires. Oh, another seeker. A silky voice spoke from the back of the shop. A tall, lean man emerged, his features sharp as if chiseled from granite. His eyes, however, were most captivating. They danced of colors unknown to the human spectrum. Welcome to the Shop of Illusions, with dreams of reality, and the reality is just a plaything of the mind, he announced, gesturing grandly. I hesitated. Illusions? Yes, he smiled, revealing unnaturally perfect teeth. Here we sell moments of respite from your world. Choose an illusion, indulge in it, and when it feeds, return to reality, refreshed and invigorated. Curiosity piqued. What's the catch? His laughter was mellifluous, though it echoed oddly in the room. A smart one. Every illusion, like a dream, fades. But sometimes, when dreams end, the waking world seems different, more intense. It sounded innocuous enough. Temptation wrestled with caution. Before I knew it, I found myself handing over a not insubstantial amount of money for an illusion of an unforgettable night of passion and love. As the man crafted the illusion, the world around me blurred and shifted. I was transported to an idyllic beach at sunset. The sky a canvas of purples, reds, and golds. A beautiful partner, whose face seemed both familiar and unknown, appeared beside me. The night was everything I'd hoped for. Warmth, affection, laughter. For a brief moment, I felt complete. Dreams must. It ended. The sun rose, and with it, the illusion began to crumble. The colors fading, the touch turning cold. I blinked, and suddenly I was back in the Shop of Illusions. The shopkeeper grinned. Satisfaction evident. How was it? I nodded, a touch dazed. Incredible, but now I feel empty, he supplied. Yes, that's often the effect. You see, when the illusion is so perfect, reality seems lacking. He was right. Exiting the shop, the bustling city felt drier, more monochrome. The laughter of children sounded distant, soon tasted bland, and every touch felt like a shadow of what I had felt in the illusion. A sinking feeling of dissatisfaction nestled within me. Days turned into weeks, and the allure of the Shop of Illusions grew impossible to resist. I returned, purchasing another illusion, and then another. Each time the boundaries of reality and illusion blurred, and the world outside of the shop became greater, more muted. Each waking moment was trained with longing for the next illusion. But one day, things took a sinister turn. Having spent nearly all my savings on the intoxicating illusions, I was desperate for just one more taste. I begged the shopkeeper for an affordable illusion. After an eternity, he presented a tarnished silver key. This key opens the door to the most powerful illusion yet. But remember, the greater the dream, the harsher the awakening. Without a second thought, I grabbed the key and the world spun and twisted around me. I found myself in a magnificent mansion, surrounded by opulent riches. Servants awaited my every command, and every pleasure imaginable was at my fingertips. Days or maybe years passed in this illusionary paradise, but then a nagging feeling began to creep in. A sense of being watched. Hunted. One fateful evening, I stumbled upon a hidden chamber in the mansion. Inside, there was a grotesque gallery, walls adorned with paintings that shifted and squirmed. Each painting depicted a distorted, nightmarish version of my own face. Contorted with fear and agony. A chilling realization dawned. This wasn't just an illusion. It was a trap. Desperate to escape, I assaulted out the silver key. The mansion began to transform, corridors elongating, doors disappearing, and the shadows coming to life. Whispered voices and malevolent laughter echoed around me. Every corner I turned, I was met with nightmarish scenes. Friends and family, their eyes hollow, mouths twisted into screams, reaching out with rotting hands. The world darkened and an oppressive weight settled on my chest. Panic surged, each heartbeat echoing wildly in my ears. In the distance, I spotted the familiar glint of the silver key on a pedestal. Battling the terror and the grotesque apparitions, I lunged for it. The moment my fingers closed around the key, a searing pain shot up my arm. When I managed to turn it, reality crashed back. The opulence of the mansion was replaced by the iridescent walls of a shop of illusions. Gasping for breath, drenched in sweat, I stumbled out, the silver key still clutched in my hand. But the world outside was no longer the one I remembered. The city streets, once bustling and vibrant, now seemed post-apocalyptic. Buildings crumbled, vehicles lay abandoned, when a few people I encountered had sunken eyes and gaunt faces. They shuffled aimlessly, their voices nothing more than hollow whispers. The most disturbing change, however, was the sky. It was a swirling vortex of inky black and blood red, casting the entire city in an eerie, pulsating glow. Horrified, I made my way back to the shop of illusions, only to find its door locked. Desperation mounting, I tried the silver key, and to my surprise, it fit. Inside, the shop was in chaos. The once beautiful displays were shattered, and the very walls seemed to weep. The shopkeeper sat hunched in the corner, a shadow of his former self. "What have you done?" he hissed, his own vibrant eyes now dull. "Me? What happened to the world?" He laughed, a sudden devoid of any mirth. "Your insatiable greed for illusions tore a rift between reality and fantasy. Now, they're melding, blending, corrupting one another." I felt my knees weaken. How do we fix this? His gaze was filled with pity and regret. The balance must be restored. An illusion as potent as reality needs to be counterbalance it. But I don't have any money left. "No, that's money," he said. "Something much more valuable." Before I could react, he lunged at me, snatching the silver key from my hand. He whispered an incantation. The key glowed with an ethereal light. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. Looking down, I saw my heart. Not of flesh or blood, but a vibrant, swirling nebula of colors being pulled from my body. He placed it within the silver key and offered it to me. Your heart, your soul, the essence of your being was now an illusion, a perfect counterweight to the corrupted reality. Your sacrifice was to restore the balance. Everything went dark. When I awoke, I was back on the familiar streets of New York, hustling with life. The shop of illusions was gone, replaced by an ordinary wall. Yet in my hand I held the silver key, pulsating softly, my heart encapsulated within. As I walked the streets, I thought in eerie calmness. I could hear the rhythm of the city, the whispers of the wind, the heartbeat of the earth. I could taste the sweetness of the air and see colors more vibrant than ever before. Every sensation was amplified, intense, overwhelming. The world was no longer gray and muted, but unbearably real. Now, I am a wanderer, roaming the boundary of reality and illusion. My chest is a void and emptiness filled only by the faint pulsations of the silver key. And every so often, when the weight of reality becomes unbearable, I return to the illusions locked within my heart. But no matter how beautiful or enticing, They are but pale shadows compared to the terrifying beauty of reality. The price I paid in the shop of illusions was high, yet it has given me a lesson more valuable than any illusion. Reality, in all its raw, brutal, and breathtaking form, is the true magic. For what are illusions but dreams that fade away, leaving us yearning for the harsh, yet enchanting, embrace of reality.